Thank you, Yasser. Hans, welcome back to the show. How's the last week been for you?
Just playing chess.
And how is the chess going?
Oh, not that well, but could be worse.
Absolutely. And today you kind of pulled the brakes early on. Can you talk to us about today's game a little bit?
Yeah, well, we can start at this moment Rook E2.
Rook to E2.
So I was a bit surprised by this Queen B8, Queen A7 stuff, and there was a game due to ding of the candidates. So of course, after Queen, instead of Rook E2, there's D4 and this long stuff. But I had not checked this before the game, so I did not think it would be wise to go into such a forcing line without, let's say, direct, concrete knowledge. So I remember
he was playing fast up to this point.
Yeah, but usually, if you're going to do something in this D4 line, you need something extremely direct, and I just didn't check it before the game. So I remember checking Rook E2 because it was played in the candidates, A4, Knight G3, Queen A5, take.
And you were playing really fast as
well.
well.
Yeah, so I remember this.
You're in your book.
I think I remember here was where my concrete knowledge ended. I was just really struggling to remember, but from what I analyzed, I sort of felt like you can play this in a very slow way. Okay, after Queen C2, maybe it was what I checked. Yeah, Queen B5, C4, Queen B8. This I sort of vaguely remembered, and I think in this position, of course, it's equal, but there's not a lot of risk for white because you sort of have control over the major pawn breaks. You know, if black isn't really going to play D5 or F5, then you're sort of maintaining control. And you always have bishop B2, rook B1, B4. And then there's, I remember checking, the main ideas are king H2, knight H4, knight F5. So I remember the ideas vaguely. But I think this queen B5, queen B8 is actually quite precise.
How did you assess the position right now? And did you talk to your opponent after the game? Did you guys discuss?
Yeah, we discussed. I guess he didn't know. I think in the game, I don't really remember the precise of the Duda Ding game, but I think it was something like a bishop B6. If you want to go back.
Instead of
I think he played Queen A. Or he played Bishop B6. Some I don't remember. Basically, it went like Bishop B6, Queen A6. These are and. That's all I really remember. But anyways, in the game, I think the critical moment is I played this move knight H4. Allowing D5, which is just quite stupid. I just completely forgot that it was possible. So that was just a very hasty mistake. But instead of knight H4, I should play bishop C3, just sort of stopping that. Oh wow, bishop B4, okay. So I guess I have to already play, and let's say not bishop C3, then bishop B4, okay. So then I guess I have to go B4 already.
Before B3.
Yeah, this is, B4, take, yeah. I didn't like bishop B4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw D4 here, but I wasn't sure how to evaluate this.
Still seems very
balanced. So let's say after AB he goes bishop B6, yeah, I saw this. And then I go B4, queen D8, bishop C3.
So what is black trying to do?
Yeah, it's a very weird position.
Queen A7, Queen A5, Queen B5, Queen B8.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird position. From what I remember, white just sort of has a grip, and it didn't feel that natural for me to play, for black to play when I was analyzing this. But I was checking this back in when the candidates was happening, so the knowledge wasn't too fresh. But yeah, after he played D5, I was like, okay, it's time to make a draw. I was trying to learn from my past transgressions of over-pushing with white. So, okay, knight F3.
Is that a difficult thing to do
for
you?
Very, yeah, you sort of have to just sort of swallow your pride and, admit your mistake. So I think my past games certainly conditioned me to make that decision much easier. Because I guess it's tempting to go, to claim, I didn't make a mistake, knight F5. And then you're like, bishop F8, and you're, wait, what's my knight doing on F5? And then things, it's important when things, to adjust your mindset. I've learned that from my previous games. It's very important to adjust your mindset because I think your perception of the position has quite a significant impact on how you play. Because, for example, I think that if you had the ability to tell yourself that you were playing a different color, I think that if you could do that as a chess player, I think that would plus 50 rating points. Like in so many of my games this tournament, if I could just be like, no, you have black here, it's time to defend, I would just make a draw very easily. So I think.
But you started with white. You started with
Yeah, and then you
advantage
have
in the
white, and
opening.
it just chess is more psychological than people realize. So that's something that I think I learned from my two losses with white that were completely uncalled for.
Absolutely. And
Yeah, so he repeated. I was very happy to see this. Yeah.
you were okay.
Of
So
course,
you were
I
expecting
was,
him to
begging.
potentially-
I was like, oh, "Come on! When you play knight f3, you're ready for the game to be over." You know? I also felt like based on how his tournament was going, he wasn't in such a fighting mood as well. Okay, I'm seeing that after bishop b5, I can
Bishop d4.
No, instead of bishop b2, I could have played.
Knight f5 here. You mean?
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
But okay, the game.
I think it was time to just.
Call it a day.
Call today, yeah, because actually in my game against Wesley in Sigfold Cup, I was told just to make a draw and call it a day. And I was very adamantly told this, and I didn't listen, and we saw what happened. So I think I was very much in crisis control mode, and I think that's very important. So I think the way to improve my chess is just to become colorblind. And wear some special glasses that make me can't see color. And then if I don't know if I'm white or black, then I think my chess will improve drastically.
Since we last talked, any Uber Eats adventures for you?
No,
Nothing new.
I ordered Uber Eats and it took like an hour, and then they canceled it. So that was unfortunate. I might have to switch to another app because Uber Eats has let me down. I haven't used it just because, like, when you order something and you're waiting for it for like half an hour, and then you watch the driver like go in circles. And then they
message the driver.
And then they cancel it. You sort of just revert back to actually going outside and walking to get food. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Uber Eats has lost my business.
Uh-oh.
And how about the Berlin defense? Did you analyze that during the rest day? Did you find anything new? Share it with us.
No, I have nothing to share.
Guys, any questions?
Just a quick one, Hans. I don't know if you paid attention to the game of a Wonder Liang, and if you saw knight takes e4. If you saw it, and if it caused you to smile.
Yeah, this is
rookie mistake. If you
I
will.
really don't want to. I'm actually familiar with this. And it's actually not as bad as it looks. And I actually have a very, very specific childhood memory of this game. And I had a game in this position, and I played Queen E2. And this was in the Netherlands. And I remember, this is like, and he played knight f6. And I was like a kid. And they played knight f6. And I remember this. It's so insane that I remember this. And I was playing the tournament, and I went knight c6, and I looked at the kid. And I was like, what is this? And I also remember, I've always been quite an opening. This was an opening novelty, but I'd also like to point out, in this exact same tournament, I don't know why I remember this. I had a game, e4, e5, queen h5, and I came up with a move knight f6. 8-year-old me. So I remember this exact tournament. I had two identical games, and I won a beautiful game. So you guys just brought back some childhood memories.
Is this supposed to be a good move? This knight f6?
Well, 8-year-old me came up with it and was like, I'm a genius. So,
It says no games found.
and that is exactly why I'm Hans Niemann. So,
Novelty.
but I remember this exact same tournament. It was like my first tournament where I won a trophy, and I remember two games. Knight f6, knight c6, and knight f6, queen e5. And, so you guys have, but it's actually not that bad. There's someone made a chessable course on this. I don't remember.
Maybe Anish.
No. But there's a chessable course on this, and I actually checked it out. And I think the trap is if you go to the game, the trap is there's some so d6, no, knight e4, queen e2, queen d6, d4 take, knight c6, and if bishop f4, there's g5, right? Mm-hmm. This is the trap, right? Yeah, this is it. Yeah. And some weird stuff, yeah. Okay, Wonder has been quite creative. I think you have to get creative, if you're, slaving away at Ivy League, or university, you have to get creative because you're just being, all your time is being sucked away by academic boredom. So, but yeah, no, this is actually a very interesting choice. I think I was very impressed, but it doesn't seem to be working well. But I respect the creativity.
Hans, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Hans. Nice that we all have these childhood memories of Knight
Yes,
C6
yes, yes.
check and
Everybody
winning
has.
the queen and